Well, hello and welcome to a short presentation of the Skyway Invest Group, or SWIG opportunity. Hard times out there today. Skyrocketing cost of living, job insecurity, tax creep, and it feels like everyone wants to charge you a fee for something and reach into your pocket and take it. So that's why there's so many people out there on the lookout for a way to either supplement their income, replace it or exceed it, and break free from the 9 to 5 or the 7 till 7 as a lot of people work these days. Now more than ever, it's critical that you actually take control of your finances, both making what you do earn work for you and learning how to generate multiple income streams so that you can live, so you can become a professional investor and live a life of freedom. So everyone has aspirations of a better future, whether it's to get a new car, help with the kids' education, work from home instead of commuting, or live in a nicer house or a different location, or travel the world, or generally just help your kids as they grow up. Right? I pose the question, can SWIG change your life? And I'm here to show you it can, and I will give you several examples on how it can during this presentation. So who am I? My name is Andrew Twelftree. I am a manager within SWIG. I am a private investor both inside and outside of SWIG. I'm a full-time online marketer and networker and have been for about 8 years now. But I used to be a civil engineer. You can see me there in the hard hat and the orange jacket. I used to play with big boys' toys on hot, dusty construction sites in Australia. And I was the man in the middle between the owners and senior management and the foremen and labourers. So very high stress job. I had to be first there, last to leave. So it was 6:30 in the morning till 6:30 at night, 5 to 6 days a week. So as you can well imagine, that got pretty old pretty quick, and it just became a paycheck. Now I know a lot of people feel the same way I did before I escaped. Right, obviously, I'm a cryptocurrency enthusiast, and I'm a Skyway technology co-owner and father of 3. And I'm also an Australian, obviously, with my accent, but I live in the Philippines by choice, all right? A few lifestyle shots there, different locations around the Philippines. Obviously, we were just over in Malaysia about a month or so ago, and that's a photo of us in front of the Petronas Towers. That's a really cool photo, I reckon. And that's where I got to meet the man. Andre, and you'll meet him further on into the presentation. So what are we going to talk about today? All right, 3 main things. Skyway technology. Now we need to do this to see where everything has evolved from. The Academy of a Private Investor, all right, which is an educational platform teaching you how to become a professional investor. And SWIG, which is us, or Skyway Invest Group. And more importantly, the security token that's being launched right now that is having us all bouncing off walls with excitement because of the passive income streams that it will get you almost immediately. All right, so you need to hang around to the end of the presentation until you see that, because that's helping people retire. All right, so we have to do a quick disclaimer. SWIG are not registered brokers or advisors. Consider information offered as recommendation or personal advice. All business opportunities come with risks, so please be responsible for your own results. Figures offered are for illustrative purposes only. We do not offer financial advice, and please do your own due diligence and seek confirmation from a licensed accountant or financial advisor for compliance in your country. All right, give me a moment. Okay, so let me, I've got a frog in my mouth, eh? Let me introduce you to a true genius. He is the winner of the Golden Chariot Award in 2017 for the most economically friendly transport system. He is the winner of the Slovakia International Peace Prize in 2018, and he is, of course, Dr. Anatoly Yanitsky. He is the Skyway designer. He's an engineer with 40 years of experience. He's an author of over 150 inventions and has 100 patents worldwide. And coincidentally enough, the United Nations gave him a $1 million grant to prove the validity of the Skyway string rail system, and he did, and that's why we're here today. Now, if you want more information about Dr. Yanitsky, go to his website, yanitsky.com. There is years worth of articles on all sorts of topics, and with lots of information and insight into the future events of the planet. Planet. How am I going this morning? All right. Let's have a look at some of the technology that Skyway has developed or is developing at the current moment. All right. We've got a Unicon, which is an automated container loading and unloading stack, pack, rack and distribution system. All right. We have the Unitruck, which is a freight moving pod which runs beneath the railway line so it doesn't impede the trains running above. Similarly, we have one for mining companies with that transport ore. Now, they're pretty excited about this because we can run it on solar energy. They will save millions in diesel alone. We have the cold storage unit. We have the Unibike, which is Skyway's little baby. This is the one they first did the prototype of. They carry it around to different expos around the world, and that's where we got a lot of our interest, okay? Very cool. We have the Unimobile, which is an electric car where the people can roll in the back door and the chair actually clamps down as the driver's seat and makes it a lot more convenient. The Uniwind, which is a chairlift for mountainous areas and or ski fields. The Unibus, and more importantly, the 3-segment Unibus. Now, this has actually evolved through the years. And my hometown is Adelaide, Australia, where we catch trams, and you can catch them from the medium strip. And when you get on a tram, it has to move with traffic and stop at traffic lights and basically get in the way and slow things down, all right? Imagine instead you still catch public transport from a platform where you get an escalator or staircase up there. You catch the Skyway and it goes zoom off to its next destination without being impeded in any way at all. The added bonus is beneath it, you actually gain back a lane of traffic, so everything else moves smoother as well. Right, the next is the high-speed train. This is our luxury model. It carries only 6 people. But as this is developed further, there will be larger models that carry a lot more people, obviously, but they will look very similar. Now, they run up to about 500 kilometres an hour. So imagine if you could build a track to 200-300 kilometres away from a major employment centre or central business district, right, major city. You bought some land out in the middle of nowhere and actually built a green-friendly city, like a green living, where all the residential areas surrounding these towers are, you know, parks, gardens, walkways, cycle tracks, all right, amongst housing. Now, all the services are in the towers, the schools, the hospitals, the shopping centres, dentists, florists, you name it. They're all interconnected with railway, unibuses, and then you've got the high-speed one running off to the main place of work for everyone. We'd get to be part owners of all of that. Now, the next one is a drone. We have a 1.5 tonne carrying capacity drone, which is the only one on the planet. That's very commercialisable. Now, all of this technology, when Skyway first started, they had a dream of building a Unibike, a Unibus, but not what we ended up with, one of those stand-up 6-people models and a couple of freight models. Now, all of this additional technology has been developed and we are part owners of it, or you can be a part owner or co-owner of all of this technology. Now, I pose the question, in the future, will you be a passenger or a co-owner? Because you can't be one of either, all right? So on that, we'll move through and look at where some of the expos have been held. Railway Tech in Indonesia, Future Cities in Dubai. Now, obviously, we made some pretty significant deals at that expo because we are constructing there as we speak. Now, the Congress exhibit in Singapore. We were in the Inva Expo in Russia where we revealed the electric car, and the InnoTrans Expo in Germany. Now, that is a massive public transport one that's run every 2 years, and that is actually where we revealed the high-speed prototype, all right? And that's Dr. Yanitsky actually hugging his dream. Just hang on a minute, I'll just shut the door. That dog's fucking really loud. All right, so you can actually become a co-owner of this technology, which will be built globally. Now, at this point, I'll introduce you to another true genius, our CEO. He is Andre Harato. he is a professional investor, a self-made multi-millionaire, the founder of Skyway Invest Group, or SWIG. He is the creator of an Academy of a Private Investor, which is a training course which teaches you how to become a professional investor, right? And he's also a finance and investments business coach. So he has a rather large responsibility to actually crowdfund for 2 testing facilities to help test and certify different transportation and cargo models, so we know they're safe to use. So no matter what country you're in, this will be the biggest global project that you'll be able to be part of, and probably that the world has ever seen. So this is a photograph of the first one. This is Eco Techno Park in Belarus. They had an open day there where a couple of thousand people actually got to go and see, feel, smell, ride, or touch and ride on the technology. This is built on 36 hectares of land in Belarus. Now, all of the construction was built 100% from crowdfunding. Now, you can see we've got the rigid line, the semi-rigid line, the slack line. We've got a couple of cargo solutions over there, and we've got production facilities nearby as well. Very, very cool. Now, the next one is the Innovation Park in the United Arab Emirates in Sharjah. It's built on a 3 kilometre long section of land there, and it will also be built 100% from crowdfunding. Now, here's where the section of land is located. If you're looking for it, it's directly opposite the police academy in Sharjah, and we've had several team members actually stand on this corner here and do Facebook Lives with the signs in the background. So very good, very cool. This is straight after the Golden Shovel ceremony in September last year, and this was an interview about 8 weeks ago with all the construction going on in the background. So very, very cool. Right, the next project of note is Moscow. This will be our first commercial project. It will have 250 kilometres of track connecting 5 airports surrounding Moscow. Now, obvious choice, as Yanitsky speaks Russian, he'll be there to iron out any problems. And it will be a showcase to the world. It will be a highly profitable Skyway owned and operated project, and the construction will also be crowdfunded. Now, obviously, this is an overhead view or a computer-generated image of where the track will go. Now, the fact that they know that would indicate that there's been a lot of planning done. So let's have a look at the development of the Skyway technology over time very quickly. All right, back in 1978, Yanitsky came up with the concept. In 2013, 2014, he actually decided, right, it's time to get this off the ground. Let's go and raise some money, all right, to get this thing started. So he went to joint venture partners, angel investors, and billionaires, basically. They were all willing to invest the money with him, but they wanted too great a percentage of the company, up to 80% or more of the company, in which case Yanitsky would then lose control. And he didn't want that, and neither do we, because he is the heart and soul of Skyway technology. So coincidentally enough, one of Andre Harato's students in the Academy of a Private Investor actually brought the investment of Skyway Technologies to him as an investment opportunity. Now, he actually put it through his 7-point analysis process for every investment he does, and it got top marks and everything, and that's why Andre Harato and Anatoly Yanitsky actually signed an agreement which in effect formed Skyway Invest Group to help crowdfund for the development of the technology. Now, at that point, they set out a 15-stage development plan, which included fundraising goals and technology development goals. Now, we've hit all of them up until stage 13.2, all right? So during this period of time, we've developed and certified many different models of the technology. We are building in the United Arab Emirates as we speak, and the Moscow project is just around the corner. So we are right on the cusp of technology adoption, but we get to sneak in just before that happens at discounts set out 4 years ago. All right. So we have over 300 agreements or memorandums of understanding signed with 17 or more countries around the world. So we have a lineup of contracts ready. Now, and we will start getting into them after the Moscow project, because that will be so profitable. They need to get that one up and running first and then work on more. All right, we've raised more than $100 million to date in our goal of 200. And the really cool thing is our technology is fully transferable. It can be built all over the world concurrently, which is a big word for at the same time. So let's have a look at where some of the initial projects are going to be. Tanzania, Belarus, Ireland, Ukraine, Russia, Turkey, Italy, Ethiopia, Indonesia, Philippines, India, and Australia, just to name a few. This gentleman here, Rod Hook, is the head of Skyway Australia. He lives in Adelaide, my hometown, so I actually went down and met him one day. We had a lunch across the road, and he talked everything Skyway, and he said, mate, we've got 70-odd projects in the wings ready to go. And the ones he's most excited about are the mining ones up in the top end of Australia, where they'll build hundreds of kilometres of the ore-moving technology. All right. Now, what we're going to do is talk about education information for a moment. Now, bear with me. On the next slide, we have a very special gift. Right. Most people would know Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant. We're not going to get into it too much, other than active income on the left, passive income on the right. All right. So what are we taught at school? They teach you how to be, to go to school, get good grades, go to university, get a good job, work hard, and you'll have an awesome life. Now, who knows that model is flawed, all right? When you start out with a crippling debt in the form of student loans and or a higher education university tax. I got 2 years of it when I did my engineering, and it took 10 years to pay off out of my tax returns, all right? They put you into servitude from day one. You work for more like 50 years because they keep bumping up the retirement age. You are limited to your performance. So you can either work so many hours, sell, build, fix, or repair only a certain amount of things as well. So you only basically have a limited amount of time to work. And most people live paycheck to paycheck. So you're going to have limited assets to enjoy your retirement or leave to your family. All right. Now, our lessons on the other side fast track you to the wealth building side of the quadrant. All right. How to develop business systems, which you have people working for you, or an investor where you've got money working for you. All right. On that side, you can earn unlimited, uncapped passive income streams and financial freedom. All right. Now, when you say financial freedom, do you get visions of mansions, Lamborghinis, 50-foot yachts, and private jets? Many people do. Now, a lot of people don't realise that it's a lot closer than what they think, because if you earn enough money passively to actually cover your expenses existing, are you not financially free? Could you then develop more business systems and investments to work on lifestyle after that? Now, I suggest you can. Now, any day is a holiday on true time freedom. That's how I can live in the Philippines and not have to be an engineer anymore. Yay! All right. So what we're doing is creating a legacy with generational wealth. All right. So here's the special gift. For participating in the education products, you actually get private pre-IPO private equity shares for being part of the education. Now, this, for example, is the $100 pack. All right. Coincidentally enough, this is the qualifying level for people over 58 in the security token offering. All right, which we're getting to in a moment. This is what we're waiting for, the STO. All right. You get 2,700 bonus equity shares. Now, pre means before, IPO means initial public offering, in our case on the London Stock Exchange, and private equity shares just means you own part of the company. We will float at $1, which will make your portfolio worth $2,700, and 27 grand at $10, which we fully expect the price will jump to for many reasons straight after the launch. All right, and then as more track rolls out, obviously the price will go up. The next package of note is the 550 package. Now, coincidentally enough, this is the package that everyone else needs to buy to qualify for the security token offering. For that, you get 18,700 pre-IPO equity shares. Now, at $1, it's worth 18.7. At $10, it's worth 187 grand. A bit juicier, hey? There is also a $1,000 package. All right. For that, you get 37,000 equity shares at $1.37. At $10, 370, even juicier. Now, I'll give you one more example. There are a lot of other packages, both of lower value and higher value, but this one is called the Express Consultant Package. All right. Not only does it come with just shy of 200,000 equity shares, it also gives you the rank of consultant within the compensation structure. All right. So you earn down to infinite depth and never miss a commission. All right. Now, at $1, that's worth near on 200 grand, and at $10, near on 2 million. All right, so let's have a look at how you actually make money from equity shares. Now, every company, including ours, is our main goal to grow both in profits and assets. As the company does this, the value of the stock or shares increases, which leads to profits and dividends for our co-owners and shareholders, us. All right. So let's give a quick example on how smart investors make money. If you had the insight, knowledge and skill to find Microsoft when it was first floated on the stock exchange at 10 cents, all right, they are worth over $100 per share now. All right, if you had 2,700 shares, your portfolio would be worth $270,000. Now, what would it cost you to buy 2,700 shares at 10 cents each? It'd cost you $270, right? All right. Isn't the portfolio 1,000 times that now? All right. These, if you have the skill and knowledge, these opportunities are out there. All right. Now, opportunities like Skyway, however, because of how it unfolded, like Yanitsky knocking back the billionaires and their money to finally crowdfund it. All right. That gave us, the mums and dads of the world, a chance to get in where normally only eagles fly. Now, as a co-owner of the Skyway technology, you will benefit from annual dividends that will be paid quarterly. Now, this will happen after the Moscow project is completed, so it's a year or so away. All right, but wake up. This is the bit you want to listen to, guys. As a Skyway Invest Group partner, you will also benefit from dividends or loyalty bonuses that will start in July or August, depending on when you buy in, all right? This will come from the Skyway Invest Group investment portfolio, okay? This is a photo of the big screen in Malaysia, all right, where Igor explained. Now, Igor is the investment portfolio manager. He has a team of researchers working with him every day, all right? He was explaining to us the investment portfolio that had been building up for 4 years. Now, back in 2014, Andre Harato had the vision or the foresight to actually know that at some point, the Skyway technology would reach the 15th stage of development and would no longer need crowdfunding for it. So he knew that at some point we would need an additional instrument or an extra instrument for us, the members of SWIG, to carry on the business model and have something to promote. So instead of pocketing $26,000 out of the company's profits, he actually started an investment portfolio for us, all right? They have turned that $26,000 into $10.759 million in just over 4 years. All right. That is a 41,281% growth. If you divide that by the number of days, it works out at about a 26% growth per day. How cool is that? We are diversified into 21 investment instruments throughout the investment arena. Now, we have investments in 2 or 3 countries. We've got over 300 million Skyway shares. We've got cryptocurrency holdings, land, shares in Visa and MasterCard, Facebook, Twitter, Google, FedEx, Berkshire Hathaway, all right, and Amazon, I think, as well in there. Now, we have investments in the energy industry and the banking sector. All right, we have cash reserves and investments, and we also have, which is really cool, is 50% ownership in a gold mine. All right. Now, who remembers Gold Rush, the documentary up in Alaska, with Parker, Snubble and Todd Hoffman and those guys. They would dance up and down with excitement if they got 1 or 2 ounces of gold per tonne. Now, our gold mine in Tanzania is actually producing 6 to 8 ounces of gold per tonne. How cool is that? All right, so let's compare the US dollar to our, not the US dollar, our security token offering. All right, now I'll explain by starting out and explaining what we are not, okay? We are not an initial coin offering, and we are not a cryptocurrency as such, okay? Now, initial coin offering has a white paper and a story, all right? There is no asset backing it up. It's only, the price is only driven by those who believe in it, all right? Kind of like the US dollar, all right? So, you know, the ICOs might have a story like, we're going to be the next Bitcoin, we're going to revolutionize the banking industry by having worldwide transactions decentralized for no cost, all right? And people go, wow, we want to be part of that. They all throw money at it in the hope that when it hits the exchanges, if it does, it'll just jump up in price and they can sell it all for a massive profit, all right, and solve a lot of their problems. So, but over the last couple of years, there's been a few of these ones where they've just raised all this money and then just run away, taking everyone's money, all right? It's been a very, very tough industry and a lot of people have been burnt, myself included, all right? So what gets me so excited about this and most of the other people around it is we have what's called a security token offering. Now, security being the operative word, all right? It means that there is an underlying asset backing it, all right? A lot of the ICOs over here now are calling themselves tokens, but in reality, they are still an initial coin offering, all right? Ours is a security token offering. Now, the asset backing our token is the investment portfolio that we've just mentioned. Now, our name of our portfolio is the crypto unit. That is the actual business name of our token, all right? Now, if the asset backing the token is increasing in value at an average of 26% per day, what do you think the price of the token will do? Obviously increase in price, right? Because there is a finite number of tokens and the investment portfolio is growing in size. Now, there will be a 3-phase rollout, all right? Phase 1 is an 8-stage internal launch within Skyway Invest Group. In other words, we get first bite of the cherry before the public learn about this, all right? Now, the fact that we are going to be receiving loyalty bonuses or dividends as early as the 3rd month and onwards, growing in value every month, for the life of the investment portfolio, i.e. generations, right? Is that not what everyone's looking for? A passive income that grows in size every month for the rest of your life? I know that's what I've been searching for a long time, and there are a lot of other people in the same boat. In fact, everyone, all right? So this is what we have our hands on, guys, okay? So after the initial launch, which is our internal launch, where we are getting these tokens for cents on the dollar, all right, the public get to learn about it. It will be released to the exchanges and it will be released to financial advisors and their databases as an investment opportunity. Now, if you've got a financial advisor, they get a commission for selling a product, all right, or our token packages, all right, and they get a passive income and they get to keep the tokens. Do you think they're going to be promoting it to their database? Absolutely would be the answer to that, right? But they aren't going to sell it for, you know, 100-odd thousand tokens per $1,000. They're going to be selling it $1,000 for 1,000 tokens, i.e. $1 per token. Now, remember that figure, all right? This is going to happen in December this year, January, February next year, okay? Now, phase 3 is when it hits the US stock exchange. It will be SEC licensed, verified. There will be quarterly audits and financial documentation, all right? And that will happen, that'll start happening in October this year, all right? So all of this is going to be rolled out over the next couple of years as well. But what we'll do is actually drop back and talk about the US dollar for a minute, or the Australian dollar, or the British pounds, okay, who knows that they're in trouble, all right? There's a financial crisis around the corner. There's a storm on the horizon, all right? A lot of it is caused by the fact that it's a fiat currency. Now, that started when Nixon, back in 1971, temporarily took the US dollar off of the gold standard. It's been temporary for 50 years now. All right. At that point, it allowed banks and governments to conjure money out of thin air and add it to the currency supply. All right. Banks have the gall to charge us interest, fees and charges for money they lend us that they just make up. All right. The government, all the quantitative easings that they have basically created trillions of dollars and paid the banks who rip people off to start with. All right. All in the goal to prop up the economy and keep the charade going just that little bit longer, all right? So back in the 1950s and 60s, however, you used to be able to exchange money for gold. Gold is a brilliant store of value. Back in the Roman days, you could buy a chariot with a bar of gold. Today, you could buy a car. Sorry about that. Now, imagine if you had these 4 nice bars of shiny gold on your kitchen bench. Apart from going, yay, is there any way you can actually turn that into 6 or 8 bars of gold from 4? Short of digging it out of your backyard, buying it, cutting it in half, or hijacking the golden goose, all right? You can't, can you? So our golden goose, our investment portfolio, we can actually produce 6 or 8 bars of gold because we own a gold mine. All right, does that sink in? Our asset is not a static amount of precious metal. We have an investment portfolio that grows in value over time. All right, I hope I've made my point very clear on that as to the benefits of this. Now, in part of our growth, what is coming is there will be, now this is on the cards for the phase 2, all right, starting at the end of this year. ATMs. You will be able to feed cash into the ATM and buy cryptocurrency. Now, whether it's our crypto unit, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, or any of the others, all right. Alternatively, you can actually put cryptocurrency into the machine and pull cash out, all right. This is a very difficult thing to do in many countries, all right, because what they force you to do at the moment is bring it back into like places like Coinbase and things. They make you bring it back into your savings account as an incoming transaction or an income, all right. At that point, the IRS says, oh, look at you, you've just earned an income, and they tax you on it. But if you can swap Bitcoin for cash and go and spend it, who's to know? All right, we'll leave it at that. Now, these will be utilised a lot because of that functionality. We expect they will turn over tens of thousands of dollars per day. Now, every transaction has a 3 to 5% profit margin on it. That is effectively a license to print money, all right? Now, imagine this also, the next one. If our investment portfolio actually buys a section of land out in the middle of nowhere and builds a green living linear city, we would be part owners in all the land, in all the towers, in all the shopping centres, hospitals, dentists, florists, bakeries, everything that's in these towers, we're part owners of. We're part owners of all the trains that run between the towers. And we're part owners of also the high-speed train that runs people off to the central business district, all right? And we will have many other projects in the future as well that we'll be able to invest in privately and as part of the token and as part of the Skyway Invest Group, all right? So here's what we call the new economic evolution of the world, where everything we do in normal life, we are part owners in and profit from, all right? We are taking back the power into our own hands, all right? All right, here we go. You can actually share this great opportunity and earn instant commissions paid real time into your back office, all right? You can either utilize them to accumulate more equity shares or more tokens, or you can pull it out and go and buy your shopping with it, all right? We have several passive income streams on offer. Not only can the team, by building a team and earning commissions, that turns into a passive income. You'll actually get dividends from the Skyway equity shares in a year or two's time, and you actually get loyalty bonuses within 3 months with the token, okay? Now, as for wealth creation, I only ever started with about $200. I have never put any additional money into it, and I have hundreds of thousands of equity shares and a lot of these tokens since launch on March the 30th. So I have never seen anything that has allowed me to actually generate this much wealth so quickly, and for you also have that opportunity. Right, it's very easy to get started. Grab the link from the person who has referred you and fill the form in and do some KYC. There are easy instructions to follow. All you do is follow them, basically. We have lots of news, training and support groups to support you or give you the updates that you're looking for, whether you're an investor or a builder or both. All right. We want you to become a professional investor both inside and outside of SWIG, so we can create multiple massive passive income streams so that we all get our financial freedom, and then in turn we can help others do the same. So we can all start doing what we love and follow our passions. Now, what we are also doing is leaving a legacy for your family. The Stevenson family, who first invented the railway line back in the 1800s, their family still receives billions of dollars per year in royalties to this day, even though the people who first invented it are long gone. But I guarantee you they are not forgotten. They will be talked about every day by their family, all right? You have that opportunity as well, all right? So for now, what we'll actually do is finish the presentation. I will open it up for questions and answers. Is there anyone that has any questions? Feel free to unmute and come on out.
Hi, I just want to introduce my friend Dorothy Hall to the group. She just joined the call.
Oh, hello, Dorothy. How are you? I can't see her name. Is she on the tele? Oh, no, there she is, Dorothy Hall. Hi, Dorothy. How are you?
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed the presentation. I've been working with Kirsten pretty closely, actually. So you're in the right place there. So if you've got any questions, feel free to unmute and say hello.
There I am.
Hey, how you going, Dorothy? How you doing?
Just fine, thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's does it work on the same thing as Bitcoins?
Kind of, but not. All right, Bitcoin is, the price is driven by people's belief in it. There is no asset backing it up. It's just a coin. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I love Bitcoin. I use it all the time. But the price is derived by those who use it. All right. Now, our token, the price is derived not only with demand, but the value of the portfolio that's backing it. All right. Because there is a finite number of tokens. Right. And you've got an investment portfolio. Right. You divide that by the number of tokens and it gives you a dollar value. So the price is driven by the asset backing it, whereas Bitcoin is just driven by people's belief in it. Kind of like the US dollar.
Are you talking about ATM machines and things? We're so far behind other countries that I'm not sure that your vision of the ATM machines in the next, would you say 12 months?
Yep, and I've got an easy answer for that. Doesn't matter if they're put in the United States, Australia, Philippines, Indonesia or Russia, we are part owners of these ATM machines and we share in the profits. So if they don't let them in America straight away, it doesn't matter. We'll put them around the rest of the world. Right, now I've got a video on my channel where I explain what Andre explained to us when I was in Malaysia. All right, we had about 50 people in the room. These things are basically a license to print money. If they turn over only 10,000 a day, which is a small amount, we anticipate more like 50, 60, right? These things will earn $15,000 per month in profit, each machine. All right, now 1 month pays the machine off. After that, you've got $15,000 a month sheer profit, short of a little maintenance fee to load and unload them. All right, so what if we had 1,000 of them? All right, that is
but you're
$15 million
still
a month.
not. Right, but you're still talking about giving tokens out, and that's, to me, that's like giving bitcoins, giving tokens out.
Oh, we're not well. There will be an airdrop for the members of Skyway Invest Group, but we're not giving them away. No, we're buying them. We're selling
I know,
them.
but right, but there's no way to convert our tokens into money.
Yeah, there'll be
if we don't have
exchanges.
the ATMs.
Of course you can.
No, we'll have an external exchange as of December. So you'll be able to exchange and sell them, sell some of them. But look, I wouldn't be selling too many because of the loyalty bonus you get for them.
Right.
If you need a cash injection and you've got 100,000 tokens, for example, you might sell 20,000, get 20 grand for it, and keep the rest, and then loyalty bonuses on it. All right. All right. There are still large packages available. You can get a lot of tokens, especially in stage 3 of the launch coming up. There are a few of us that have millions of them. All right.
Doesn't it start to look like the powers that be are starting to lose control of the money and would maybe actually try and put their grip back on something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they're going to, and like the governments and the cabal are hanging on for dear life, and they're trying. There's a long story there, but basically, we are taking back a bit of our control of our own money. It's by being part owners in so much different stuff. By being part of this token, it's a way of getting back into the game and getting ourselves away from government control. All right. I mean, I was in the system for many years. I only got out like 8 years ago. I went to university. I did the engineering degree. I had my higher education tax, and it took me 10 years to pay off. I was paying $20,000-$30,000 a year in tax. All right. My taxable income last year was $4.68.
Well, it just seems like something you're getting away with. It's like somebody's going to come after us sooner or later.
Well, let them. All right, they can't prove anything. I've got an unnamed Bitcoin account, and I just swap it for cash. Who can tell? My girlfriend's supporting me, Your Honour. I'm broke. I got nothing. All right, but that's not true. Obviously, we've done all right. But yeah, it's a way of gaining back control in your finances and in your life. So, I mean, I know, Dorothy, there is a lot to take in, and your head's probably pulsing right now because of all the Skyway and the tokens and this and that, okay? But I'll try and sum it down for you, all right? Skyway Invest Group started to help crowdfund for Skyway technology, all right? What we do is we sell education packages. Now, half of the money that we get in from doing that goes to Skyway, right? Skyway then send equity shares back, and we get gifted shares in Skyway for buying the packages, all right? That's one part of it. The other part of it is Skyway started an investment portfolio, all right, for us. And what we are doing a staged release of these tokens. Now, we have the opportunity to buy a lot of tokens at an extreme discount now. And when the public get onto it in December, January, okay, they will be paying $1 per token. So that means that the tokens we're buying now for cents on the dollar are going to be worth $1 in December, January onwards. And because the growth is so strong, they can actually pull a sliver of the growth out and pay it back to us in loyalty bonuses. Now, as the investment portfolio gets bigger, the growth obviously gets bigger. The loyalty bonuses and dividends get bigger. So the passive income that will start in July and August will only ever increase in size for the life of the investment portfolio, right, which is generations. So what we get is a passive income stream that grows in size every month for the rest of your life. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty damn appealing to me and everyone else on the call, because that's what people are looking for. That's what you need to retire and actually enjoy life. So, is there any more questions? Have you got any more questions, Dorothy?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Cool. So I would suggest stick your foot in the door.
Actually,
sorry, Scott.
I've just dropped a video in there, short 5-6 minute video. Thought it might be relevant to Dorothy, and the questions around the security token from Mila, who is like the voice of Skyway and one of the biggest leaders in Skyway across the globe, and where she's explaining the difference between our STO and traditional cryptocurrencies, and it's significantly different, as Andrew has just shared.
Yeah, they are. Talking cheese, really, aren't they? Any other questions, guys?
Absolutely.
All right. If you want to, if you're shy and you want to type it into the chat, obviously do that. If not, unmute and come out and ask a question. I can see a few new names on the call. All right. Well, what we'll do, guys, is get back to your person who's referred you to this call. All right. And have any additional questions answered with them. If they don't know, then they can ask me and we'll have a three-way conversation. Can you show the breakdown of the loyalty bonus? I can. That's a question that was sent privately, so everyone didn't see that. So do you want me to share the anticipated loyalty bonuses for you?
Please.
Yes, please. Okay. Got a few nods. All right. Coincidentally enough, these are the amount of tokens you get for the different packages, okay? There are $100, $250, $350, $500, $1,000, $2,500, $5,000, $300, and $8,000 packages, all right? And these are the number of tokens you get at each stage. So stage 1 sold out already. Stage 2 we are in right now, all right? We still have available $100 through $1,000 packages available in stage 2, and then we've got stage 3 where these ones will be available. So let's give you a couple of examples. We'll give you the example of, say, the $1,000 pack, although, you know, there are other packs. Now, these are the numbers for stage 1. And I'm not sure who's making them. I think it's Dorothy might need her out. Okay, not sure if that's working. All right, in stage 1, the $1,000 pack. Now the stage 2 packs won't be much less than this. All right, you'll have 3 months you'll wait to get to your passive income, because what they're doing is they're investing the money. All right, in month 4 you'll receive about $50. Month 5 about 60. Month 6 about 80. Month 7 about 300. And then month 8 about $462. All right. If you add all 5 of those up, in 8 months you'll have your return of your $1,000 invested. All right. And at that point you will have an ongoing monthly income of at least $462. And every month it will increase in size, because the size of the portfolio does too. All right. Let me give you the example of, say, even the $100 pack. All right. Month 4 you get about $3. Month 5 you get about the same. Month 6 you get $4. Month 7 you'll get $15, and month 8 you'll get $23. All right. Now it doesn't sound like much, but you've got a fair chunk of your $100 back within the 8 months. Then now every month from that point forward, you'll get at least $24, $5, $6 per month, but every month it'll grow. So it'll go 25 next month. It'll get 35 the month after that, 50, 80, 100, 120. All right, and sooner or later in time, it will get up to a value which will change your life. It just takes longer to get there. All right. If you buy the $1,000 package, you get a life-changing income in 8 or 9 months. All right. But if you can stretch out and grab the 8,000 pack, I mean, I got one of these in stage 1 out of commissions alone. All right. By month 8, you've received $12,000 back from your initial investment, but you've also then got a $5,600 per month ongoing income, which will grow in size. So it'll probably go 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 11,000 and grow from there. All right. So that's why people are so excited. So no matter what package you get, whether it's the $100 one, the 500, the 1,000 or the 8,000, or any of the others in between, you will get to an ongoing passive income stream that you'll be able to live on. All right, that's life-changing. It just takes longer with the smaller packs, that's all. If that's all you can afford, go for that, because in time it will change your life. All right, I hope that answers your question, Tracy. Or does everyone get a better understanding of the loyalty bonuses now? Awesome. All right, is there any other questions, guys? Dorothy, did you just unmute? No?
No, I thought I muted.
Okay, I think the other way around. All right, so if there's no other questions, guys, shall we call it for the day? We've been on for about an hour now. All right, here's the thing, guys. We run these meetings 7 days a week at this time, at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? If you want people to join, invite them to these meetings, because they look around, they see the excitement of all the other people, and they can see, wow, we're onto something here, and they want to be part of it, all right? I know there's a lot to take in, but just be around it, stick your foot in the door and absorb it, because as you get more of the information, this gets better and better and better, the more you understand about it, all right? We also run an Australian meeting 7 days a week as well. It is 8:30 p.m. Melbourne time. Absolutely come on and be part of that as well. Now, I saw Veronica on the call. Where's she? Are you here, Veronica? No, she must have snuck out. She must have dropped the kids off or something. But Veronica joined about a week ago, all right, and she got all excited. And on their first day, all right, she picked up this thing here, the telephone, all right, and she called 6 or 7 people and said, mate, holy cow, you should have seen what I saw last night. This is awesome. They go, what is it? I said, oh, it's going to be epic. Oh, what is it? Look, I couldn't explain it. I only saw it last night. Jump on this Zoom with me and check it out. And you tell me if you see what I see. All right, that's what she did to 7 people. 6 of them got on the call because of the way she invited them. She got them so curious that they were going to get on that call and see what she was on about, because they could hear her excitement. Right? You wouldn't get that result if you just texted them. She called them. They could hear the excitement in her voice. All right? 6 of them got on the meeting the next night, and guess what happened? All of them joined. All of them, all 6 joined that night or the next day. All right, now those 6 people are doing the same thing she did. Her team is just going like this. I think it's out to about 25, 30 people already within a week. All right. Now, just from that alone, the tokens that she has earned in bonuses would be over 100,000 tokens by now. My father, 75 years old, a farmer, right? Never done networking. I mean, I put a spot in for him a year ago when I first joined, but he jumped on a Zoom the other night just to see what I was up to, right? That night, he bought some tokens. Go figure that. And then he said, how do I...
Thing is, remember that same thing that...
Yeah, he asked me, how do I talk to people about this? I said, well, here's the first thing you do. You grab a bottle of Plonk red wine and go and talk to your neighbour and say, hey, come and drink this with me and see what Andrew's up to. He joined and spent $1,000. Dad has earned over 60,000 tokens for free because he sponsored 3 people now. He's a farmer, mate. He never done nothing.
Look,
yes, Scott.
the bottle of Plonk's optional.
Yeah, you don't have to do that, but that works because it was relaxed. It was like there was no pressure on the people to come and watch it. And then what they saw was they watched with an open mind. Rather than if you go, oh, I've got this revolutionary new technology, I'm starting a business, we've got these trains things here and we've got these tokens and we're gonna get an ongoing money thing, and are you interested? All right. What do you think people are going to say if you say that or anything like that? They're going to go, you are mad and I am not interested, and never speak to me again. All right. But if you go, man, you should check this thing out I saw the other day. It's pretty awesome. We're going to make a lot of cash out of this. What is it? It's going to be epic, mate. Or find your words of saying that, all right? However you sound when you refer a movie, all right? And if they ask you what it is, tell me what it is. And I say, look, I couldn't explain it. There's too much to it. You need to jump on this meeting and see if you see what I saw.
I got to practice that.
It's like a challenge. Can you see what I saw? They go, I probably can. I'm going to get on and have a look. All right? It's a challenge if you say that. See if you see what I saw. Absolutely. It works a treat. So on that note, 2 times a day, 7 days a week, I'm having a ball doing these meetings because what I'm seeing is glint come back in the corner of people's eyes. They've got hope again. Because so many people have been beaten down with life and the government and the cost of living that it's just sad. And people have given up hope. Now, people are getting that hope back, and rightly so, because what we've got our hands on is absolutely awesome. So on that note, I'll call it for now. Let's really get some inviting going, guys, and really build this back up. Last week, we had over 50 people on every call. Let's get our inviting fingers working on this thing, and not doing this. All right, you press the green button once. Don't text people; they can't hear your emotion. All right, you need to call them. You need to speak to them so they can hear you. All right?
Yeah.
Don't get lazy and send emails or text messages. Ring them. Talk to them. Have a conversation first. All right. On that note, what we'll do is call it. Who's pumped up and excited? I know I am. Yeah, baby. Come on.
Count me.
Yep.
Good to go, Flo.
Until tonight's meeting in Australia and tomorrow morning's meeting or tomorrow night's meeting in the USA, be awesome and get your inviting fingers working, and we'll go from there. For now, Andrew out.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
See ya.
Cheers.